Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match of the Dubai Sevens. This one, the final of the women's side of the draw. New Zealand versus Australia. So many times throughout 2023-24 season, we got to see this matchup take place as a final. I believe it's the 26th in history. And any time that these two sides play, it's normally a very close one. Looking through at the Australian starting lineup, it is Faith Nathan, Tegan Levi, Charlotte Keslick, Tia Hines, Isabella Nassar, Maddie Levi, and also Soraya Parky. Already we've seen Levi scoring tries for fun. In fact, both of these sides have been throughout the rest of their competition. For the New Zealanders, it is Georgia, Miller, Mahina Paul, Sirahirani, Pori Rakati, or sorry, I should say Risi Pori Lane, Teresa Setefano, Jasmine Felix Otham, and then also Tanetti, the last lady in the starting side. But the national anthems have been sung, which means this match is about to begin. Now, both of these teams have scored a huge amount of points. Australia have only conceded 2 tries throughout this competition so far, but they have scored dozens in their favour. So, New Zealand, they have averaged around about 30-something points per contest. I think this one's going to be a little bit lower scoring than that, though. We have the Aussies NZ lag. Welcome back. There is a Liverpool match or a football match between Man City versus Liverpool. Might be here for some minutes. Who do you think will win, mate? Honestly, no idea. I'd have no idea who's currently in their lineups. I know that there's the European stuff going on in terms of the Champions Cup, I think has started up too. So certain players probably drawn into that as well. But we are now ready to go for this one, ladies and gents. Australia kicking it off from left to right in the Dubai Sevens final for the women has now got underway and nicely claimed by Seta. New Zealand with the ball first. Big shot coming in from Tia Hines. And Isabella Nassar gets in the breakdown. She tried to get the turnover and she has done it. Penalty goes early to the Australians who have got numbers to the left-hand side. Nice run from Tegan Levi. Tries to fend off Seta. Manages to get her off flat away to Keslick. Only 30 seconds gone, and already it seems like the tempo of this game is going to be an extremely quick one. Faith Nathan out wide, cuts back inwards, and she goes straight through. New Zealand conceding early, and Faith Nathan does get the try. Good luck, ladies. Let's go. Says Blues Nate. Faith Nathan, that is her 7th try of Dubai. She has scored more tries individually than some teams have scored as a whole throughout this competition at this point. And getting over the ball and getting the important turnover and then just cutting on the inside, going straight through Paul. And 7-0 already, says NZ Lad. Yeah, very good start to the match for Australia. But like we said, both of these sides have been scoring tries for fun throughout this competition. We see there Madison Levi. She's already on 14 tries. Faith Nathan, she's moved up to 7 now for the Australians. Between those two ladies, they've scored over 20 tries just in their first 4 games. Or in fact, sorry, their first 5 games, in fact. And now, Australia in position, just inside of their own half. Keslick, she thought she was through, but a great last-ditch tackle from Risi Pori Lane. Now almost cutting through another gap. New Zealand trying to get that turnover. They haven't quite been able to do so as of yet, 2 minutes in. Now Tia Hines does receive the ball. Here comes Isabella Nassar. Still there for Australia. Going to be shifting it back out wide to Faith Nathan. She's already got 1 in this game. Puts the ball on the inside. Good tackle on Tegan Levi. Loose one. But it's going to be taken nicely and cleaned up by Australia, who continue their attacking plan from about 40 metres out. Now trying to go through Charlotte Keslick. Goes to Maddie Levi. And great tackle on her. Looked like it might have almost been a knock on from Australia, but it looks like it will be play on just for now. Which brings another chance for Australia on attack. Nice step, getting out of 1. And then eventually dragged down for Soraya Parky. Out Miller, having to defend, and she has let her through. And Tegan Levi scores the 2nd try now of the match for the Australians. Dan Faith, take it easy now. Says Blues Nate. I went to Puppets to North last Sunday. Says NZ Lad. Well, hopefully you did enjoy it. Try to listen to the commentary by Hamish and its finals. Says a Blues Nate. But Tegan Levi scores the try for the Levi fam. Now 14-0 in favour of the Australians, so they are in the box seat well and truly here to go on and win this one. This will always be a fantastic final between these two teams. Sorry, Hamish. Anyway, please continue. Sears Blues, Nate. And now that one has gone over. So now a quarter of the way through this match and 14-0 for the Australians. But tournament points so far, Madison Levi has 70. Tegan Levi has 39, so over 100 for the Levi sisters just in this tournament alone. Nicely taken by Sita Hirni. New Zealand getting some much-needed position. So they haven't had a huge amount of it throughout this game, but here comes Georgia Miller. She's going to jog, and it seems like she's going to be just quick enough to get past Charlotte Caslick. She busts through, made it look easy, but New Zealand now back on the board. And they get themselves the try. Dan, good for Aussie. Says Ponku. And there as well. And welcome in. Hope you are doing well. 6 tries now for Georgia Miller. She closes the gap between these two teams. 9 points difference as it currently sits. And Miller just never looked like she was fully sprinting, but she was quick enough even with that casual looking run to be able to get through Caslick. Eventually decided she wanted to make the low tackle, and Miller bumps through and gets another try for herself in the competition. And when both of these sides are averaging over 30 points per game, it's always going to be a high-scoring one, 7 points difference. New Zealand down, and Madison Levi, a rear mistake from her, and it's actually going to be upgraded to a penalty to New Zealand. Hirni decides to take this one quickly. Now trying to pierce the gap there was Felix Hotham. Back across to the right. Well defended by Australia, rushing up early to shut it down. Georgia Miller, 2-woman tackle on her between Levi and Caslick. Now passed out wide for New Zealand. Felix Hotham just not quite having the pace that she needs, but she had a great inside ball option to Poultry Lane, and New Zealand now are back into this game. It's looking like it's just going to be a seesaw between these two sides. Georgia Miller is so deceptive with her running, says Novmum. Great inside ball there from Felix Hotham. Realised she didn't quite have the pace to run around the outside, and that is where New Zealand, they have been a little bit concerned not having someone like a Michaela Blyde who has that pure pace, but it's working all right for them just at this point. And now this one, sitting 70 seconds into this game, or 70 seconds remaining in this first half, I should say, sitting 14 points to 12. 65, Soraya Parky, I think it is going to be to make her way from the field for the Australians. Yes, it is. I don't know whether or not that's an HIA or just a little bit strategic. It seems very early to take her off. As New Zealand men's in the final, or what's the go there, Hamish? So they were playing off for bronze. They got defeated by Spain, believe it or not, in their semi-final, and Spain have beaten them twice in the sevens so far today. So, or across the competition. So not a great run there for New Zealand, but they finished 4th overall, losing to Argentina 14-0 in the bronze just before. So not their best tournament, but also far from their worst. They just couldn't beat the sides when it mattered most, in terms of definitely Spain, losing twice to them throughout the comp. Now Caslick passing it out to the right-hand side. Nice stepping coming from Faith Nathan, and a great low tackle made from Risi Pori Lane. Back across to the left-hand side for Australia. 13 seconds left, straight up the middle. And Nessa going through, and that will be another try for Australia right at the end of the half. The worst time to concede. What, low or well, says Bonko. Yeah, they certainly will not want to be in Spain's group next week. I can tell you that, seeing as Spanish seem to have their number. But yeah, that first game in the group, they beat them 26-14, so not even really that close either. For the Spanish, they were leading 19-7 at half-time or something along those lines, and then went on to win it by the 12. But Isabella Nassar, great start to this game for the Australians. They've managed to get themselves the 3 tries throughout the first 7 minutes, putting them in the box seat, 21 points to 12. Still 7 minutes to go. The next game that is going to be taking place, it will be the one between Fiji and Spain. So that is the final, first ever final for the Spanish, going up against the side in Fiji, which they have beaten in a knockout game before. So there's a little bit of extra tension, perhaps, when those two sides go head-to-head. I just hope that it's close, because there is a chance that if Fiji play like they did up against Argentina, it could be a bit one-sided, that one. Currently 9 points difference between these two teams. New Zealand, they have to be the first side to score here in the second half, or else they could be in a lot of trouble up against this Australian side, who have gone from strength to strength throughout this competition so far, only conceding 2 tries. And New Zealand have already doubled that, making it 4. And goal Spain, well, that's pretty good. Says Bonker, yeah, it's great to see Spain, definitely because they had a couple upsets that they won last year, but this year, fingers crossed they can be as consistent as they have been throughout this competition, because like they only lost to Fiji by 6. They were able to beat the USA. They got themselves the 2 wins over New Zealand, beating Great Britain in the quarters as well. So like they've had some good wins under their belt here. It's just whether or not they can be consistent with that and continue to perform, because they've got a really good squad at the moment. Couple dangerous ball runners in the mix, which is exactly what New Zealand need for the second 7 minutes, whereas Australia, they just need more of the same. We're currently 25 minutes away from the men's final, ladies and gents. Of course, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. The way how Hirini is playing for me, she is actually the female version of the greatest number 7 of all time, Richie McCaw. I don't know about the others, but that is my opinion. Says Vaughan, she's certainly been a workhorse for this New Zealand Black Ferns side. And across Union as well as Sevens, she has been in there. Had a bit of a serious injury layoff recently. This looks like it's going to be a rolling maul in New Zealand. Now will get themselves the scrum. They've done absolutely phenomenally to shut down Maddie Levi here. She's only touched the ball once consistently anyway, so she managed to get that catch off the kickoff, and straight away they just swarm her. Tanetti was not letting her go. Levi trying to get the knee down. So far in this game, she's had that rolling maul that she's been held up in. She's dropped the ball and she's been tackled hard near the touchline. But they have to shut down more than one Levi to be successful. Now breaking off the back, Felix Otham, beautiful inside ball to Setafano, and she will have the pace to get over the try line. And it's another one now for New Zealand, sitting 21 points to 17. This game's going to go down to the wire by the looks of it. Definitely if the next one that we do see is another try for New Zealand. Oh, we got double blow of the whistle from the ref. I think that's just for a sub, not for checking anything out. But Teresa Setafano manages to score the try. Now an important kick. And it has missed away to the side. So the score will remain 21 points to 17 with 5.5 minutes remaining. Now kicked off again, going to Maddie Levi. This time they haven't shut her down, though, although she's offloaded and given the ball straight back to New Zealand again. So she has had definitely not her best game here, Maddie Levi. And New Zealand have to make sure that that is the way that it continues. And every time she makes a mistake, they make her pay for it. Nice stepping from Setafano again. Now working their way towards Madison Levi's wing, which she is not on at the moment. Having a scramble defend here for the Aussies. Sitting down Demi Hayes. Ball on the inside. Another try comes for New Zealand. Maddie Levi. Are they going to consider an early sub here? I don't think they will. At the end of the day, she scored 14 tries throughout this competition. But once again, making the mistake, there's 2 kickoffs in a row that New Zealand have targeted her. They've got the ball straight back and then they've scored, which you don't really see too often. And then she can't quite get there to be able to cut off the pass on the inside. Going to Nuku. Now the time is off again. That kick has once again missed for New Zealand. Yes, come on, New Zealand, says Ponku. 24 points to 21 at the moment. They've got that 3-point lead, but they're certainly going to need another try soon if they want their chance of winning. And Usually, let's go New Zealand, keep going. Right, change has been made. That's going to be Henwood making her way on. I think they have left Maddie Levi on just for now. New Zealand have decided to kick off long. Well taken just out from their own line here for Australia. Charlotte Keslick with a bit of pace. Here comes the opportunity for Maddie Levi. Instead, no, hanging on to it in the breakdown was the second receiver. Just up from their own goal line here. Ball bounces out the back. That is playing the ball on the ground from the Australians, but New Zealand have taken it back anyway. Now going off to the left-hand side. 2-on-1. She won't quite get through. Ball is there again for Jasmine Felix Hotham. Now off to the right-hand side. Once again, going to try and test that Maddie Levi side of the field. Hirini shut down early. Has managed to work it to the ground. 3 minutes still remaining on the clock. Plenty of time. Felix Otham with some nice forward momentum. Gets it off to Nuku. Did score the last try. Felix Otham, pick and go. Now around the side, Poultry Lane. They're only 5 meters out. Oh, trying to throw the interception pass. And Maddie Levi steals it back. Is she going to have the pace? There's going to be a big chase there, but one mistake from New Zealand now gives Maddie Levi the most tries out of any Australian woman. In fact, I think out of any woman in a singular competition with 15. 167 in her career there, and that is a big one to give away. The Ferns must now rest. Or mustn't now rest on their morals. They need to do scoreboard just 2 minutes before the final whistle, and let's go New Zealand. And Dan says no, Mona, let's go, says Master Mound. Come on, Aussie. And there as well. Maddie Levi, right place, right time, gets the interception. She will be very thankful for that one. Definitely how the rest of the game has panned out for her just at this point. Hello, says Bonku. And there as well, but that is now 15. Ellie Boatman in second. She is 9, which is still a very good tournament when you consider that they've only played 5 games and 6 including this one that's going to be knocked on by the Australians. Maddie Levi having a juggle of it as well. New Zealand have got themselves a scrum feed. They're down by 2. So a penalty would give them the lead, although I think it's a little bit early on. What I thought the New Zealand scoreline versus Argentina would look like. Madison Lightning leagues Levi. There's Master Mel, and she has now been taken from the field. She's got the record. First women's player in history. Scored 15 tries in a tournament. Now, 100 seconds left on the clock here. Big moments. It's always the tension in the final kind of few minutes between these two sides. And New Zealand now will put the scrum in. They've got possession 30 metres out from their own try line. Looking to shift this one out wide. Opportunity to start running with the ball. Inside ball. Nicely done by Nuku. Manages to bust through one. Leaves the ball behind. Poultry Lane. Gets it across to Georgia Miller. Go on the inside to Sira Hirini. Looking to link back up with someone. But well defended by Australia. They've actually worked out that New Zealand are looking for that offload. So they're keeping themselves situated where that New Zealand line is so that they can cut that one off if they have to. Big fend there. Oh, almost a headbutt to the ground for Vakolo. Now on the halfway line with 50 seconds remaining. Not a lot of time left, but New Zealand in possession with the inside ball. Isolated though. Trying to jump on it was Keslick as she got the turnover. Yes, she certainly does. And a very important moment in this game. Keslick wins the turnover penalty. It's not going to take Maddie long before she chases down Portia Woodman-Whitcliffe. And for Australia, I want to see Australia getting up in Union and Sevens, and Spain and Pumas. Pump New Zealand and Sevens. What a great week. Says Master Mel, and France beat New Zealand, or France beat All Blacks. There's Master Mel, and he hosts his NZ lad, and their chat as well. But now 5 seconds remaining. Australia have opted to go for the scrum rather than kicking this one towards the touchline. So all they have to do is use up a couple more seconds, get that ball out the back of the scrum, and they will be 1-0 up. And of course, the ever-evolving series, Keslick tries to kick it into touch. He actually misses touch, but luckily her teammate was back there to be able to get it, and the celebrations have started now for the Australians. Like I said, these two sides will be in mini finals all throughout this year, but for now, it is 1-0 for the Aussies as we look towards Cape Town next week to wait to see whether or not that will be the case. And another rematch on the cards. Just as long as those damn Crusaders keep losing, I'll be happy. And says Nov Mum. And the Rugby's rebuilding. We might not have a good team next year. And is there a medal, says NZ Lad? So that will be the gold medal for the Australians, the silver for New Zealand. And overall, I mean, that's what we're going to see a lot of throughout this year as well. We have got there GC Bro. And we have got there, and the chat, well done, the Aussie says Vaughan. But nonetheless, that is the end score. 28 points to 24 between these two sides. Madison Levi is like a cheat code, says Master Mal. Yeah, although New Zealand, they did pretty well to shut her down in this game. They just made the one error, which was giving you that interception to be able to run the length of the field. With the exception of that, she had 2 knock-ons. She got shut down out on the wing, and then also had about 3 defensive errors. And I think all 3 of them actually led to New Zealand tries. So he has to be careful in that regard moving forward. Her speed is incredible, and her long legs make it hard to tackle. Says Master Mal. You kind of look like Mr. Beast, and it's okay, says NZ Lad, and yep, says Doctor. But nonetheless, the next live stream is taking place in about 10 minutes' time, and that is going to be the match between Fiji and Spain. So if you are new to the channel, of course, be sure to hit that subscribe button. But nonetheless, I do thank you all very much for tuning in. 15 minutes away from the start of that next game, and I will see you all for the next one.